What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Viewpoint Abroad. If you're new here, my name is John. I'm an expat that's been living here in China for over 13 years. And today, this is episode 2 of my China story. And if you haven't seen episode 1, I'll put it up here or over there, somewhere up there, and you can check that out. You actually might want to watch that first if you haven't seen it, because I'm just going to pick up where I left off from that story. So let's dive in and I'll tell you more about my experience here in China. So in the last video where I left off was actually when I touched down here in China. And when I landed, I had about $1,000 in my pocket. Okay, no money at home in the bank or something like that. I had $1,000 and that was it. And I had a suitcase with some clothes. I had nothing else. All right. And so anyway, when I landed, it was about I don't know, it was late, like 1 or 2 in the morning. And when I came out of from the border crossing, I just lots of, it's a big mega cities, 20 million people. A city that big never sleeps. So I expect to see something, right? So I come out, and so there's lots of tall buildings and lights and stuff and lots of people. So, I just kind of go the direction of the people. It's like cattle. They're all moving, and I'm just moving with them. And so once we get out away from the border crossing place, there's lots of lights and stuff. So I just go to have a look, and I find a hotel, because I didn't have any hotel reservation or nothing. I just literally showed up with no hotel, no nothing, which was not a very smart idea now that I look back on it. But I assumed there would be something nearby where you come out of a border crossing. So anyway, I found a hotel, went inside, and asked for the room. I think it ended up being like $20 or $25 or something for one night. And so I stayed the night. I woke up the next day and asked the hotel staff, where do I go? I'm here new to the city. I want to go somewhere. And they go, oh, well, you need to go to the bus stop across the street, and it can take you anywhere you want to go. So I went across the street to the bus stop, and lo and behold, of course, everything is in Chinese. And I've been here for one night, maybe 6 or 8 hours, so I don't know any Chinese, and everything's written in Chinese. There's no English. And but anyway, you can see different numbers, so I'm obviously assuming there's different buses, and it's got all this Chinese writing that shows where they go, which I can't read. So I just standing there waiting, and I see lots of other people there waiting on buses too. So I get the bright idea, I'm gonna just wait until a bunch of people get on a bus, and I'm gonna get on that bus. So some buses come, and I see one person get on, and yeah, it's one person, and I wait. Another one comes, another one comes. So eventually a bus shows up, and 10 or 12 people are getting on the bus. So I'm getting on this one. So I get on the bus with all the other people, and you've probably seen the old movies, where there's a train, and you have the person, I don't know what you call them, but the person on the train, and they come around and check your train ticket or whatever. There's a person like that on most of the buses in China. But you don't have to have a ticket in advance, but the person is on the bus, and they come up to you and they ask you, where are you going? And then you tell them, and then they tell you, how much money it costs to go to that place. So, the lady comes up to me, and she asked me where I'm going, and she asked me in Chinese, of course, and I didn't know what she was saying, and she didn't know what I was saying, but I was just saying, I don't know where I'm going. And she was like, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. So we couldn't understand each other. So finally she just got frustrated, and she's like, 2. So I gave her 2 renminbi. It's I don't know how much it is. It's 25 cents or something like that. Anyway, I gave her 2 renminbi, and then I sat down and waited. And I had the same bright ideas getting on the bus. I'm gonna do the same thing getting off. I'm gonna get off where everybody get off at. So I'm just on the bus riding, and then when I see a bunch of people getting off, that's it. That's my cue. I get up, I get off with all the people, and like we're in like this kind of like, I guess like a downtown shopping area. There's huge buildings everywhere, office buildings and shops and just everything. So you know, I'm just walking around, and I see like in the windows they have like some of these shops, they have like pictures, like a picture of like a house or something like stuck on the window. And so I go inside and I use my my phone translation app, and I told them like I want to rent an apartment and I want a cheap one because I don't have any money, right? So anyway, they're like, yeah, we can help you, we can help you. And we go outside and we go like, you just walk for like 10 minutes or something, and there's a big like high-rise building. And so you know, we go up, I can't remember, it was like on the, it was really high too, it was like on the 30th or 32nd floor or something. It was way up. Anyway, I go look at the apartment, and it's like it's tiny, it's like 30 square meters or something. I don't know, it's like 300 square feet or 290 square feet or something. About 30 square meters. It's like a studio apartment. It's just like a box with a bathroom, and that's it. But it was like $150 a month or something. So I was like, I'll take it. It was like the first thing I saw. Like, just give it to me, I'll take it. So I had to pay the $150 plus 2 months deposit. So I ended up spending like $450 right there, bam, the first day. And so now my money's really, you know, like $500 left, $550 left, something like that. I'm really, money's going quick. So after I secured the apartment, I just went back up to it. It's like I had to go down and like sign the papers and stuff, you know. And I went back up to the apartment, unloaded my suitcase, took a shower, and then went right back out the door looking for a job, like literally looking for work. And there's you know, they have like these training centers. It's like if you don't know what it is, it's just like a little place where people go to learn English, like after work or after school, something like that. It's like you have like a lot of adults go there to learn like some kind of business English for their job, or kids go after school to learn more English, like English tutoring or something like that. So I saw a bunch of these places around that area. So I was going there, just literally just walk in, like, hey, I'm looking for a job, you know? And I think like that same day, I had 3 or 4 interviews just by walking in. I just walk in and like, okay, let's have a chat. We sit down and talk. One of them asked me for a demo class, and I'd never taught English a day in my life. I never taught anything a day in my life at that point in time. And had no idea what I was doing, but I did a demo lesson. And it felt so weird and like embarrassing. And anyway, the lady was like, okay, well, you know, we've seen better, but we can help you, you know, we can help you, you know, teach you how to do everything. So that's not a problem, but we can't offer you a high salary because you don't have any experience. And like, I don't care, you know, I really don't care. I just need anything. And, but anyway, they like, oh, we'll get in touch with you, you know, later this week. So I left, and instead of waiting on them to get in touch with me, the next day I went out looking again, and I seen like it's like this big, like a giant playhouse or something. It's like all bright colors and kind of stuff like that. And there's like a little sign that had like it's written in English actually, and it was like, I'm not gonna say the name. It's like something kindergarten. And so I'll go up there, and it's like a gate. I can't go inside, but there's a security guard. And so I show him my phone translation app, and it said, you know, I'm looking for a job. And so I showed it to him, you know, and he looks at it, and he's like, wait a minute, wait. He don't say, he speaks Chinese. He's like, wait a minute. And he goes inside. He comes back, and he's got a lady with him. And the lady comes out, and really tall, skinny lady too. Spoke really good English. She comes out and she's like, hey, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. And I told her everything, you know, I'm looking for a job. And I saw this place and it looked nice, you know, I want to see, are y'all hiring? And she said, yeah, we actually need a teacher. And you're lucky, the boss is actually here today. She's never here. She comes like once a month, but she's here today. You can come in and I'll see if she's busy or not. So the lady invited me into the school, And so I was like sitting there on the sofa, and she goes off to chat to the boss or something. And she comes back and she says, the boss is a little busy, but if you can wait for like 30 minutes, she'll come and chat to you. So it's okay, fine, no problem. You know, I can wait. And so the lady like sat down and chat with me while we're waiting for the boss to come. And she was a really, really nice lady. And anyway, the boss comes, and the boss is also a lady. She's from Hong Kong. She's not from the mainland China. But she invites me into like a private office, you know, and we sit down and have a chat. And, you know, I just told her, I'm looking for a job. And she's like, well, do you have any experience and where you from and all this stuff, you know? So I just give her the spiel, you know. I was like, hey, I just got here yesterday from America, and I've never taught before, nothing like that, but I'm willing to learn, and I can do anything. I'm confident I can learn anything if somebody shows me how to do it. And I need a job. And so she's like, we just had a chat, you know, about just random stuff. And she was like, yeah, I feel you're a really good person. I think we can try this. She says, hold on a minute. She left. She came back like 20 minutes later, and she had like a stack of paper like this. And she says, you know, this is the work contract, and I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna offer you a job. And she says, the lady that I was talking to, her name was Miss Chen. She said, Miss Chen is gonna teach you what you need to know. And I said, okay, when can I start? And she said, well, now it's summer holiday, and the kids won't come back to school until 2 weeks from now. But you can come back next week, and Miss Chen will start teaching you. So I signed the papers, and like I didn't even look. Like she asked me like how much salary I was expecting and all this stuff, and I was like, I had no idea, you know. So I just accepted what they gave me, and at that time, it was around $1,800, something like that. And so not bad, I guess, for 1 month. At that time, this was like in 2010. So the salary was like, the basic salary was from like 11,000, was that about 1,200 to about 2,000 US dollars. And I ended up slightly higher than the middle, so I guess I got lucky. But so anyway, I was getting about 1,800 US dollars a month is the salary they offered me, plus the paid vacation and everything. So I was like, hey, I can't beat this. But so anyway, when I first started working there, as promised, the lady taught me all kind of stuff. In the kindergarten, like they have like in the classroom, there's like a Chinese teacher, and then there's like a nanny, like a lady that like looks after the little kids and like helps them like eat the food and go to sleep and all this kind of stuff, you know, like a nanny, but she's in there all the time and she cleans up their mess and stuff like that. And then there's a foreign teacher, so it's usually 3 people in the class. So we had 3 people plus the other lady who was supposed to teach me. She was also there, and so I learned a lot from that lady. And she was there for like 6 months to show me everything. And then after 6 months, they turned me loose on my own, and actually I became really good at it. And after the first year, then I got like a nice pay increase, like a $500 pay raise. And actually I ended up staying at that school for 7 years. It's like every year it's a big pay increase, promotions, all this stuff. Man, all the staff were super nice. They treated me really, really well. The foreign teachers, there was like 8 or 9 foreign teachers. Only one American, the rest were like British and Russian and stuff like that. All of them treated me really, really well. I'm still friends with almost all of them to this day. We still talk, and this is 13 years later. So yeah, it was a wonderful experience actually. And I think I got lucky because I hear a lot of horror stories about how people get treated at these jobs and things they go through. And my very first experience was excellent. I can't complain at all. But anyway, that's my first experience with actually finding a job and how I found a job here in China. And the job was actually really great. I really liked it, and I got good at it. And I eventually, you know, made decent money and made a lot of friends. And I really, really enjoyed that first job experience here in China. And during that 7-year time span that I was working there, a lot of things happened, and I'll get into some of those things in episode 3, because I don't want to make this too long. So tune in for episode 3. And I'm laughing because I'm thinking of some of those things that happened. It was actually really funny, and some of it was kind of wild, some of it was kind of interesting. So I'll tell y'all some of those stories next time in episode 3. So today I just wanted to, let everybody know about the process that I went through in order to find a job here in China. Now, today that process might look a little different, even though I can tell you from my own experience and people I know, right now everybody is looking to hire people who are already here in China. So if you are interested in working in China, it's best to be here in the country on the ground, and you can find a job like that. But if you're overseas, they don't really like to spend a lot of time talking with you and dealing with you, because there's so much stuff involved in getting you here from another country. So if you're really interested in working here, I suggest you come over here. But before you come, make some contacts with some friends here, or meet some people here, such as myself, or people who can introduce you to some agents that can help you to find a job or something like that. But it'll be really hard to get a job if you're somewhere else. So you meet those people first, come to China, then once you get in China, then contact those people and say, help me get this job, or I'm coming there to get a job. When I get there, I'll contact you. You get here, contact them, and they'll help you out, and you'll get a job like that. But this has been my experience and what I know about the job hunt. So anyway, next time we'll dive into some of those interesting stories that I experienced during this first time, working at that job, and like personal life things that happened during that time, which was pretty fun and interesting. So stay tuned for episode 3, coming soon. New videos every time I post a video. I'm inconsistent, I can't tell you when, but I'll post a video soon for episode 3. Stay swole, get dough, travel the globe. I'll see y'all next time.